Welcome to 10-Minute Zuimonki. Dōgen taught, saying, "There is a place in the depths of the waters called the Dragon Gate. Waves constantly surge there, and whenever a fish passes through them, it immediately becomes a dragon. This is why it is called the Dragon Gate. Now I tell you, the waves there are no different from any other waves, and the water is no less salty than elsewhere. Yet, strangely enough, any fish that passes through that place is certain to become a dragon. Its scales do not change, nor does it acquire a different body. Yet having passed through that gate, it is transformed into a dragon. You should understand that the same is true of the ordination ceremony for one who puts on the patched robe. The place where the ceremony is held is no different from any other place. Yet, once you enter the monastery, you are certain to become a Buddha or an ancestor. Like everyone else, you eat food. Like everyone else, you wear clothing. Like everyone else, you satisfy hunger and protect yourself from the cold. Yet by shaving your head, putting on the square robe, and limiting yourself to the morning and midday meals, you become a monk. Do not look far away for Buddhahood or ancestorhood. It depends only on whether you enter the monastery or not, just as becoming a dragon depends only on whether or not the fish passes through the dragon gate. Lay people sometimes say, "I am selling gold, but no one wishes to buy it." The same is true of the way of the Buddhas and ancestors. No one withholds the way from you. It is constantly being offered to you, yet you do not accept it. Whether you realize the way does not depend on whether you are clever or dull. Anyone can realize this Dharma. Whether you realize it quickly or slowly depends on the vigor of your practice and whether you are diligent or negligent. Whether you advance or fall behind depends on the strength of your resolve. A lack of determination means that you have not truly understood impermanence. Moment by moment you are dying, and there is not even an instant in which this process can be halted. Therefore, do not waste the time granted to you in this life. It is said, "A rat living in a storehouse suffers from hunger, while an ox plowing a field is not satisfied by the grass growing all around it." This means that even when surrounded by food, one may still go hungry, and even while standing among grass, one may suffer from lack. The same is true of us. Though we dwell within the Buddha way, we do not live in accord with it. As long as the mind continues to seek, expect, and crave something else, we will never know peace or contentment in this life. Today, Dōgen tells us a story about a fish. According to an old Chinese legend, there is a place called the Dragon Gate. The waters there are rough and the waves constantly surge and crash, yet whenever a fish passes through that gate, it becomes a dragon. Dōgen then says something interesting. The water at the Dragon Gate is no different from any other water. The waves are no different from any other waves. And the fish itself does not suddenly grow a new body. Its scales remain the same. Its body remains the same. Yet, somehow, it becomes a dragon. Why does Dōgen tell us this story? Because he wants to challenge the way we usually think about spiritual transformation. Many people imagine that becoming a practitioner means becoming a different person. They imagine that before they can truly practice, they must first become wiser, calmer, more disciplined, or more spiritual. But Dōgen says something very different. The fish does not become a dragon because it changes its scales. It becomes a dragon because it passes through the gate. Likewise, the essential thing is not changing yourself first. The essential thing is entering the way. Dōgen applies this image to monastic ordination. He says that ordination platform is not a magical place. The monastery is not built from different materials than ordinary buildings. The food is ordinary food. The robes are made of ordinary cloth. Nothing outwardly appears extraordinary. Yet, entering the way changes everything. Now, most of us listening today are not monks. Some of us have jobs, some have families, some live far away from any monastery. So, it would be easy to think that this passage does not apply to us. But I think Dōgen's point reaches far beyond monastic life. The question is not whether we shave our heads. The question is whether we pass through the gate. In every life there comes a moment when we stop standing on the shore and begin practicing wholeheartedly. There comes a moment when Buddhism stops being an interesting idea and becomes the center of our life. Before that moment, we may read books, listen to talks, and admire the teachings. After that moment, we begin to live them. That is passing through the gate. Dōgen then says something remarkable. He tells us not to look far away for Buddhahood. We often think enlightenment is distant, something to be achieved after many years, something reserved for exceptional people, something available only to great masters. But Dōgen says that the way is already being offered to us. No one is withholding it. In fact, he quotes a saying, "I am selling gold, but no one wants to buy it." The treasure is available. The question is whether we recognize its value. This reminds me of something we all do from time to time. We think, I'll practice more seriously when my life settles down. I'll practice when I have more time. I'll practice when conditions improve. But conditions are always changing. The perfect moment never arrives. The way is always available now, not tomorrow, not next year, now. Then Dōgen addresses another misconception. He says that realizing the way does not depend on whether we are clever or dull. This is deeply encouraging teaching. Many people feel inadequate. They think they are not intelligent enough, not educated enough, not talented enough, not spiritually gifted enough. Dōgen dismisses all of that. The decisive factor is not intelligence, it is effort, it is determination, it is whether we continue practicing or not. This is liberating because effort is something available to everyone. No one can choose how intelligent they are, no one can choose their natural abilities, but everyone can choose whether to practice today. Everyone can choose whether to return to the cushion. Everyone can choose whether to keep walking the path. Dōgen then makes the teaching even more urgent. He says, moment by moment you are dying. This is not meant to be depressing. It is meant to wake us up. Every moment that passes is gone forever. The day we are living now will never return. The opportunities available to us today will never appear in exactly the same way again. And yet we often live as though we have unlimited time. We postpone what matters. We delay what is important. We tell ourselves there will be another chance. Dōgen's teaching is simple. Do not waste this life. Do not wait. Finally, he uses another image. He says that a rat living in a storehouse can still suffer from hunger. An ox standing in a field full of grass can still fail to satisfy itself. The point is that simply being surrounded by abundance does not mean we make use of it. The same is true of the Buddha way. We may have access to teachings, we may have access to teachers, we may have access to meditation, we may have access to the Dharma every day. Yet, if we do not truly engage with it, it is as though we possess nothing at all. The obstacle is not the absence of the way. The obstacle is our inability to receive it. And Dōgen says that as long as the mind is always wanting something else, always seeking something beyond the present moment, peace will remain out of reach. So perhaps the Dragon Gate is not somewhere far away. Perhaps it is right here. Perhaps the gate is the decision to stop waiting, to stop searching for ideal conditions, to stop imagining that enlightenment lies somewhere else, and simply to practice. The fish becomes a dragon not by wishing to become one, but by passing through the gate. In the same way, transformation begins when we wholeheartedly enter the way. Thank you for listening. Until next time.